You know, did anyone have an opportunity to look at their bank account this weekend? Did Christmas came early in LifeVantage. I'm going to just talk a little bit about it, and we have a great training plan for you tonight. But obviously we got our notifications on Thursday, the Hyper Wallet notification on Friday, and then some people it hits their bank on Saturday and Sunday and you see it right away, and others it'll hit it on Monday. But Christmas came early in LifeVantage. There's no question about it. It was just mammoth from a financial standpoint what happened in October. And we had mentioned last week we had the opportunity to be in Chicago and in West Palm Beach, and we were around a lot of corporate and presidential leaders. And it was the biggest month ever in the history of LifeVantage in 15 and a half years. It was, we always heard about those big pro tandem months in the early days when most of us weren't here. Maybe a few were, but most of us weren't here. April and I and our team is 7 years or less, because we came here 7 years ago. But it was the biggest month ever. And with that, that means it was the biggest commissions and most people earn the most money ever too. That goes with it, because if you got a 50%, I mean, just think about it. I don't know exactly what the sales volume was for the month, although it might be posted, because we're publicly traded, it might already be there. Um, but our payout, give or take, when you count everything, is about 50%. Okay, so if we did 20 million in revenue and sales, then 10 million was paid out in commissions. If we did 25 million, then 12.5 million was paid out in commissions. I don't know if we did 20, 25, 30 million. I'm not sure what the number was, but I do know the highest check ever was paid out to somebody for 500,000 for the month. I know somebody else made 300,000. I know someone else made 200,000. So, it just tells you that it was an obscene amount of commissions paid out. But, that is good news. That is great news. That is an early Christmas present, but it's the beginning. Okay. It is the beginning. And there's some things I want to go over with you tonight, but you know, I would give anything, and I pray for this, honestly, all the time, especially for all of you. When things like last month happen, we want it to happen for everybody, not just for half the people on the screen, not just for a third of the people on the screen, not for everyone on the screen and your teams. We want it to happen for everybody. And, in life and in business, we don't always get second chances. Okay. And for the strangest, oddest, craziest reason that we could ever imagine, okay, we are getting a do over. We're getting a mulligan. We are getting a second chance to do it again. It's crazy when you think about it. It's absolutely insane. Okay, it's kind of like it was pedal to the metal, absolute insanity in October. We got a chance. I mean, think about this. We got a chance to come up for air. We got paid our money. We could do whatever the heck we want now with our money. Okay. And then rev up again. We're over halfway there towards GLP-1 being back in stock. We're past the halfway point, okay? And you know as well as I do, they're trying to speed it up, okay? We both know that. It's just there's one ingredient they got to get sped up. The manufacturer's ready to do it. And so, they told us the middle of December, but if they figure out what they got to figure out, it could be the first week in December, it could be earlier. So we're on the back nine with waiting. Okay, we're getting there now. And the question is this, folks. If you missed it, okay, there were people on our team, on Fred's team, there were people in Kansas City, okay, that didn't get a single new customer. Now you say, how is that possible? The company like doubled in size in a month. How is that? Because the legwork wasn't done in advance. Okay, the energy and effort wasn't done in advance. It's really hard for me. I'll be honest with you. Like Kenneth, who's in the middle of my screen, he got over 100 new customers in the month. Okay, now he advertised. He does different stuff. He owns fitness clubs, so leave him alone. Do not bother him. Okay, he's doing just fine, and leave him alone. But I'm telling you, okay, he had over 100 new customers. He is utilizing everything available to him, okay, to make that happen. He's doing the prep work. Okay, an hour ago, he texted me to say, can we meet for breakfast this coming week to strategize how we can go faster? And I'm thinking, here's a guy that more than doubled his check last month and wants to go faster. That's my kind of guy. Okay, that's just no settling in, no satisfaction. Just pedal to the metal and just go after it. This, folks, this is not a hard business. And the work we do is not hard. But we still have to do it. Okay, we still have to do the easy things that need to be done in bigger numbers. Okay, it is not, you can't tell me for the life, you will never convince me. We gave you 4 videos last week that you either had or didn't have, but you have them now. Okay, icebreaker videos that would get anybody curious about what you're doing and how it works and all those good things. Okay, but if you just send a video without having a conversation, you're just spitting in the wind. Okay, you're not going to get any results. If you're just posting on stories or posting on Facebook and not thanking people for viewing it, not thanking people for liking it, not getting into conversations with people that view it, you're spitting in the wind. Okay, the sales are easy, the price is right, the publicity is unheard of with GLP-1. We stepped in poop. There's no question about it. Okay, and to have the best product that's ever been in that category, and so easy to take, a couple pills with some water when you wake up, and put a few scoops of powder in your favorite yogurt or beverage later in the day. Come on, man. We're not talking about jabbing yourself with a needle every day or every week or every month. This is, a lot of you make smoothies with protein powder, and all you'd have to do is add this powder to it and change nothing else other than take the 2 capsules in the morning when you wake up. So we are getting a second chance. So that's what my focus is going to be tonight. Okay, April will chime in. Tonight's kind of my training. This stuff's been on my mind since last week because I saw our check, and our check more than doubled. Okay, and the reason our check more than doubled is because a lot of people on our team's checks doubled and more than doubled. You can't do it any other way. Okay, your people, your team, the people that you care about, they need to make money and more of it if you want to make more of it. Okay, I mean, there's just no shortcut to it. That's how it works. So there's a couple things coming up that I want to share with you, and then I'll get a little more specific with the training. So let's see. I just got to share my screen for a second. Okay, so April and I have been joking about this, but we said, our number came up again with corporate. It just, it was our time to travel, our time to do an opportunity meeting for the company, our time to do a rally call, our time. They've just hit us up with 4 or 5 things in the last couple of weeks. So I want to share it with you, and I'm hoping you'll take advantage of it. Okay. So this coming Tuesday, whatever time they do it, it's called, Why Life Vantage. Okay. I'm not sure. I think it's in the evening. Is it 8 o'clock Eastern, April? Is that what it is? 8 o'clock Eastern time. Okay. So it's Why Life Vantage. It's a corporate opportunity meeting, 25 or 30 minutes. So Tuesday night, it's me and April. Okay, so we're doing the corporate opportunity meeting Tuesday night, and you'll get an announcement on it from corporate, but it's our turn. Okay, so we're doing that Tuesday night. And the reason that you should take advantage of that is because there's always a lot of leverage you can get with your guest by saying, I want you to see this, I want you to see this live. These are my business partners. I work with them on a daily basis, and take advantage of that. There's a big difference when you're saying the people that are talking, they're leaders in the company. They've earned millions in this industry. They've been full time for over 30 years. They are my business partners. I talk to them on a regular basis. So that's the leverage that you can use. When I first got in the industry, the couple that got me and April involved, and this is going back 32 years ago, we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have webinars, we didn't have all of that stuff. We had three-way calls, and all I did was sell the story of a truck driver who had become a millionaire, and he was our sponsor in the business. And all I did was sell their story and say, you need to come find out how somebody that was making $35,000 a year as a Teamster truck driver has earned millions. Okay, and I would just sell that. Okay, that's all I would do. Now, next weekend, Friday, we fly into Indianapolis. Erica Dale, who is absolutely fabulous. She's got a beautiful new baby. Her husband owns a cigar bar in Indianapolis. I know it's not a wellness product there, okay, but they are fairly popular. It's actually a 1 year anniversary for him opening the cigar bar. So a lot of the distributors or consultants are going to meet up Friday night, but April and I are doing a 3 hour training from 10 to 1 in Indianapolis on Saturday morning. So anybody that you know or yourself, whatever, anybody within a few hour car ride should be there and be there with guests. Okay. And give us a chance to help you out live in person, not just on Zoom, but in person. So we are the speakers and trainers that day. Skylar Fobbs will be with us representing corporate, and Skylar does a good job. You guys know that. So, um, and then the other thing is a week from tomorrow, okay, is our team opportunity Zoom that we've been doing monthly. And we'll probably end up doing two of them in December, all depending on with the GLP-1, what the data comes back out. But by the time next Monday is here, the 25th, we're going to be getting real close to the GLP-1 coming out. And I would say we should plan on just doing business as usual. Okay. Just go about business as usual. But the one thing about this business is that it's all about momentum, and it's about what you do in advance of an event. You just cannot wait until the product is back in stock. It's we right now we're holding retailer orders. They're wholesale orders that you can place with the company if you're a doctor, on a spa salon, any of that, pharmacy. We are holding a ton of orders that are going to be, one of them owns a pharmacy and needs seven of them, no, eight of them now. That alone is a $10,000 order from one person just waiting for the GLP-1 to be back in stock. You should be accumulating, okay, people who want it as soon as possible. But even better than that yet, and I'll talk about that on the next slide, is getting them on subscription now. So they get to the top of the list and they get the product earlier. Then everyone on subscription is going to get the product before the people ordering it when it comes in for the first time. So just keep that in mind, okay? Everybody, unless they turn it off, everybody's going to get their product, but the ones that have been waiting are going to get it before the ones. So let's say the product comes in December 10th and people ordered December 10th. Their product is not shipping until everyone else that's already ordered it, okay, has shipped. Now, if they can do that in one day, then it ships the next day. I don't know what the shipping capabilities are of the company, but that's how it's going to work, and that's what we've been told. So, as I said earlier, we are more than halfway there to what will be the second launch of GLP-1, which is going to be bigger than the first launch of GLP-1. Why? Because there's thousands of people that are using it now. That's why. Okay. The first launch had the stories of 55 people. The stories are going to be of thousands of people. Because remember, even if it's 3 weeks from now and it's, December 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever it is, there's going to be people that have been on it since October 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere in that range. We're in Kansas City. So there's going to be people that did not have a story to share that are going to have been on it for 2 months. So just imagine there's going to be thousands of testimonies out there, not dozens. Okay, so the second phase or second launch is going to be way bigger. And this is what I'm talking about. What are you going to do to take advantage, okay, of a second chance? Okay, I know I'm going out of my freaking mind because based on the checks that I've seen some of my friends get at this company, to me, there's just no limit to what can be earned here. And the thought of being able to really work November leading into the product coming back into stock, and then having all of December to work with the product being there, and then coming into weight loss season, January, February, March, April, and then we got the global event in April in Salt Lake City. Man, we should be on an absolute tear for 6 months. We got a six, and not to mention we're all qualifying, now for Alaska cruise. Some are qualifying for South Africa, and I don't know if you got your what do they call the money they sent us, April? I lose track to some of this stuff.
Yeah, I forget what it's
The
called.
tracks,
Yeah,
the money you got from the travel money.
yeah,
I mean, both of our businesses maxed out what they would pay in the tracks. We got 475 is the most you could get, and we got it twice. It's mind-boggling what's going on. So if you missed what happened in October, let's just say you got caught with your pants down, you got caught standing still, you and your teammates didn't have momentum going on. Now, you've seen it, and we still probably got 3 weeks before we're going to see the product. What are you going to do? It was the biggest volume month ever until December. Okay. Now December will be the biggest volume month ever. You know that. And that means the commission checks are going to be the biggest month ever. Okay. We want, April and I, and I'm sure many of the leaders on this call, we want 100% of the folks tuning in on Sunday nights with us, checks to double or better. Okay. And like I said, Christmas came early today, a month early. But can you imagine if we do it again? We do what we're supposed to do in November, and we get a check similar to that December 15th. Don't you want Christmas to be special? I mean, don't you want it to be fun? Don't you want to be able to just go out and buy anything you want for whoever you want? Okay, whether it's kids, grandkids, spouse, friends, colleague, whatever it is, you know. And the key to this, okay, is getting to work now. Okay. And I'll tell you, knowing the size check that we had coming, and how the pedal had been to the metal, I'm talking about me in April, and taking on the task of buying a new house and moving right in the middle of all of it, and traveling to all the different cities we did last month too. The first 15 days in November, I certainly wasn't, the pedal wasn't to the metal for me, but that's over. I mean, you see him back of me. April even did her Christmas decorating today. You can see the Christmas tree back there and stuff. We are going to go all out again starting tomorrow. Okay. I mean, just all out. The batteries are recharged, and we're going to go out again. Now, one of the most important things that you could do, and I've heard Tara talking about this, I've heard the Pose talking about this, I've heard Brandon talking about this. The most important thing that you can do is get everybody on subscription in November. Okay. And we still got, we still got two more subscription days. It could be the 20th, it could be the 25th, but get them on. They are going to get priority on the product. Okay. They're going to be, I mean, that's the key. Okay. They're going to get priority on how it gets shipped. And then the other thing is do something you've never done before with inviting and guests and prospects on next Monday's Zoom. Okay, believe me, April and I are more excited. Well, the most excited we've been since we joined LifeVantage. We had similar moments in our other company like this. It did happen a few times. We were there 25 years, but we've never been more excited. And you should be the most excited that you've ever been. But you have to have your oars in the water, your boat in the water. If you're a train, it's got to be going down the tracks. The momentum has to be moving. Okay. And the key is setting your goals now. And I'll be honest with you, we cannot afford as entrepreneurs to wait to January, New Year's Eve or January 1st to set our goals. God has blessed this company. He has blessed each one of us, okay, with the craziest, wildest product and opportunity that we have ever seen in our lives. And it happened in October. Okay. And now that we've seen what happened, we got to set our goals right now, folks. So we work like crazy in November, inviting and getting people on subscription. Why? Because the GLP-1 will be back in stock in December, hopefully the first half versus the second half, but it will be back. And January, as soon as we get through December, okay, and we can market don't get fat during the holidays. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can be marketed, but okay, I mean, I talk to Kenneth about this all the time with his gym memberships. Okay, it goes berserk in January. Okay, it's fitness season, it's weight loss season, it's finance season. Okay, and we need to set our goals now, the goals that we would have been setting in January. Okay. I know April gave me a stat the other day. I'm sure she'll share it about how people stop setting goals. Okay. What was that, April, I heard you say that the other day?
Um, Over the age of 50, by the time we reach 50, only 21% of us still set New Year's goals. And that's primarily because we've failed repeatedly at the goals that we set.
So, in other words, if you're 50 or over, most people have thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
Now, that's sad. Okay,
Mhm.
that is sad, but that should not be LifeVantage, and that should not be us, and that should not be anyone on the screen here. Okay, so my challenge, my request to you is let's start running now all the way to global in Salt Lake City. Let's build our business so big and so fast that we don't even have time to spend the money we earn along the way. They'll just be depositing in our accounts daily for customer orders, monthly for our residual income and all the rest of it. Okay. Let's just get so focused on running. If you decide to run every day for the next 6 months, you won't need to worry about the rest of your life. Okay, financially. This is not going to be a gradual, oh, I made another $100 this month more than last month. No, we're not talking about this. We're talking about the opportunity to add zeros to the back of your number every few months. Okay, that's a whole different story, folks, than my check went from 600 to 700, or it went from 2,000 to 2,500, or this is, my check went from 10,000 to 20,000. My check went from 30,000 to 60,000. My check went from 200,000 to 500,000. That this is a whole different thing. And we've been blessed with a window of time and a product that has never been more in demand, that 80% of all Americans need or want. Okay. And let's just have the biggest party in the world in Salt Lake City in 6 months, and 100% celebration because everybody participated. So April, what do you got? That's it on my slides.
Yeah, no, that's all real good information. This can be the simplest of business, and it doesn't need to be, Bobby kind of told you how busy, how crazy it's been around here. We even threw some pickleball tournaments in there and probably didn't miss much tennis. So, yeah, we were busy, but there's never been a time where we didn't do our business, and he can tell you, a lot of times I may play tennis in the morning, but I come in here in the afternoon and I make a point of either through Facebook or my contacts of reaching out to at least 2 to 3 people every day. Every day. It's like clockwork. I don't miss a day. It's funny. I played tennis, I think it was last Thursday, and I got orders. People are still placing orders so that they can get in queue for, the MB, so they can be in queue. So they are the first that can have it. I'm not having a problem getting them on subscription. And it was interesting because one of the girls, actually a lot of the girls were talking about me, and they were seeing the results that I was getting on the product, and they were afraid to insult me by saying that I'd lost weight. And then finally one of the girls had said, just tell her, just ask her, she'll tell you. So, it's funny how it's happening. But, whether you've been on the product now or you're waiting to get on it, couldn't you have a conversation with somebody? You ask them what they're doing for the holidays, what's going on. I've had people ask me already all week, what's Thanksgiving look like? Are the kids coming to you or you coming to them? Having a brief conversation. But you can certainly put in there, yeah, my kids are coming. We're going to be celebrating here. This is what we're going to do. And I can't wait. Mid-December, I'm getting this new product that's going to help me lose weight. I've seen tons of testimony. You didn't ask them. You just told them what you were doing. They'd ask you, tell me more. I want to know about it too. And then you can get them on auto ship. Also getting on auto ship yourself, you've got coupons now. You've got 3 consultants and you've got that customer coupon. Make use of that. I've got 1 customer coupon and I can give you 10% off only because I like you. I'll give it to you. But if you're not going to use it, just let me know. I can give it to somebody else in a heartbeat. I give it and take it away so on fast you don't know. So that puts emphasis on people wanting to use it. But you should make it. Our work is not hard, as Bobby said. It's consistently reaching out to 2 or 3 people. And this is what we said last week. 3 people a day get you 90 people a month. Imagine if you were doing a little databasing with that. You will have trouble keeping up with all those people. I promise you, you will have trouble keeping up with the customers that sign up. But you got to just, I granted it feels awkward when you start to pick up the phone and have conversations with people, but you will get better. And if you don't know what to say, just reach out. A lot of times I get text message people like, look, this is what they said. This is what they said. Where do I go with it here? I am blown away. I was talking to Dana a little bit earlier. We are both blown away by the number of people that we had no idea are on the synthetic shot. A lot of the doctors,
Yep.
yeah, the doctors out there have done a great job of saying, hey, if you're on the synthetic, you've got no GLP-1, none. So when you come off of it, you're starting at ground zero. You've got none of the hormone. Here at least we're building it up. We're not losing any muscle. There's such advantages. But if they're in the process of losing weight, I understand that that's what they're hooked on right now. But you still can put it out there to educate them. I'm real excited you're losing weight and that product is working so well for you. But I'd like to share what I'm doing with the natural alternative. So when they plateau, and they all seem to plateau with the synthetic, and it happens around 25, 30 pounds, maybe they get up to 40 pounds, they look like death warmed over. And I'm sure those closest to them are telling them at this point, because they've got Ozempic face, they've got Ozempic butt. Then they'll look to do this. But a lot of people already switched. Even our 55 group, it was amazing how many of the ladies had been on a synthetic shot already. I was blown away. And to me, they looked gorgeous. I mean, they looked perfectly fine. I didn't understand it, but people are so desperate to lose weight and get to what they believe is the ideal weight and to get thin and everything else. They're doing anything they can. But so you either preach into the future what you're going to do. You tell them what you're going to do in the future and they can join with you, Or if you're already getting results like the rest of us, you could just tell them what's going on with you. Let them see pictures of what's going on, the results that you're getting with it. Get out. People will ask you. I mean, they'll just, what are you doing? How are you losing the weight? People want to know this. So, it doesn't get any easier than that. The other thing I'm going to tell you is, if you can stock product through all of this, I would definitely stock product.
And a
You know,
lot of it, and a lot of
yeah,
it.
yeah. There are some people I've been very choosy with who, I'll, let them buy from me, let them Venmo from me. Some I just put on subscription. I'd rather always put everybody on subscription. But you know what? Second to that, I'd rather give somebody the product for just a month, because I know the results Bobby got in a month. I know the results I got in a month. After that month, you're going to want it again. It's not like you're going to use it for a month and say, oh, no, I don't really want it again. You're going to be really excited to get it again. So, if you have to.
April, let me just share something. It's the end of the year, and buying inventory is tax deduction.
Yes.
Okay, so just keep that in mind. I mean, we're going to buy a boatload of inventory of GLP-1 next month. Okay, April just had a discussion with our accountant, and we need to get rid of some money, and that is where it's going. Okay, we are going to get a boatload of it because they don't go bad. We could do anything we want with our own personal customers and or, salon, spas, doctors, whatever it is. But just in case it ever runs out again, we do not want to be stalled. Okay, if it happens again. So just keep in mind it's a business deduction. So, April.
Yeah. And so, even as far as sampling, I mean, you think about, you get into the right salon or the right doctor or whatever, and you want to go ahead and sample them, you have it on hand to be able to sample. But yeah, getting your people on it, the right people they get amazing results. And then they're not going to, even if they start now, they'll probably be able to order it in December. But it's like gold. I could tell you up at Catalina, somebody took it right off the product table. It was like gone somehow. People are desperate to have it. They've seen the results, and those are the ones in the company. But we have to speak to those that have no idea what's going on. And there's, even a lot of the people that I speak to, a lot of the ladies, they're contemplating the synthetic. They know it's bad, but they really, really want to lose weight. We listened to Julian Michaels early in the day, and she was saying how horrible our food is. And people are gaining weight. It's not their fault. We see young kids that are heavier than ever. It's not their fault. I mean, you got to eat. They just, she talked about how there's nothing in the soil. And then we fertilize the soil, which is stuff they used to kill people during the wartime. And we're ingesting all this and putting on more and more weight. Our food has no taste. So they put more stuff on it. And people are just, the health ramifications of that visceral fat and the fact that, we reduced 27% right away is huge. And it is the easiest. And this, it's the easiest. When you stress to people, this is easy, take 2 pills and a little shake in the afternoon, and you're not giving up anything. Like, we celebrated Bobby's dad's birthday today. We went and had cake. We were fine with having cake. We were out with pizza and stuff last night with people. We're not skipping a beat. I mean, we are socially doing whatever we would have done normally. We're not
big
hungry.
thing, folks, the big thing that has changed is the portions and the food noise saying you're hungry or not hungry. When we want to eat, we eat, but it takes less to satisfy us, and you don't feel deprived. You're not hangry. It's like, I remember there's one of our favorite local places to go to. There was a new pizza that they were offering, and it probably goes back to the summertime, and we ordered it and we ate the whole thing before we left. Okay, the 2 of us. Last night we're out with friends. They ordered one, we ordered one, and we had trouble eating half of it, and the other half came home. I said, boy, that was a cheap night out. Now we have another meal for tomorrow when we get home. I mean, and you're satisfied. You're not hungry So if you want to have something that maybe is got some extra calories in it or whatever it is, you don't have, I'm not saying you could do it every day. I'm just saying if the urge comes up, you can still do it. And the product just keeps working. So, April?
Yeah. So I mean, basically, you just got to make it a point of reaching out to people every day. There's no shortcut, but you're just going to get better at talking to people. I promise it'll get easier. And people will love you for it. I mean, it's just, you can't have enough friends in this world. It's just, I like going around. It's funny, wherever I go lately, it seems I bump into people I know. And Bobby's like, well, who is that? And who is that? And, it's like you just have so many friends. It feels really, really good. I mean, to be around all these different people and stuff. So, and it just makes the business easier because people want to know you're happy. What are you doing? What's going on with you? And we all know everybody needs these products. They definitely need these products. So it's, our job to share the word, whether it be on Facebook, whoever's liking your stories, or you can like somebody, if you scroll across the stories and you see things, their story that you resonate with, just write a little note, drop them some hearts and just say, love that idea, or, whatever it is, they'll reach right back out to you. They started the conversation now, and you can go back and forth with them. If that makes it easier for you, comment on their posts so that they comment back. There's so many ways that we can have conversations, but, make it a goal between now and the first that you have, 3 reach outs a day. I'm not even saying you have to show a video or talk business. Just reach out to 3 people, get used to talking to people. The more you do it, the better you can. I was definitely the shyest person in the world by far. And Bobby can tell you that. I mean, I didn't even want people to talk to me. It was like painful to talk to anyone. And now I can walk into a room where I don't know a person and start a conversation. And it's kind of funny. It's just, I'm able to do that now. And so that's part of our business. That's why this is kind of like one of those businesses on the job training, but you become a better human being part of our business and sharing these products and stuff. So Bobby, back to you.
So anyway, that's what we got for tonight. Anyone have any questions or anything they want to share quick? I hate that we keep going over a half hour. It's just there's been so much stuff to cover that. So anyone got something quick they need to know, or Catalina?
I just wanted to say that I reached out, in 2 different ways, besides the people that I knew that they wanted this. Who do you know that? And I sent a message. I don't know if everybody knows that you can send message concomitantly to everybody, all your customers in the app, and you just put the message there and you send it. And the other thing is, I reached out to a person that I know, is an influencer, and said, hey, do you mind brainstorming with me? I really want to help, to put this product in front of more people to help them achieve their health goals. And she said, sure. I mean, we talked, sure, I'm in. And she's going to do a testimonial and put it, in front of, so many people. So, and just remember that really we're doing a lot of people a big favor, because when they lose weight on Ozempic, Mounjaro, I don't care what, they lose muscle. And when they gain back the weight, which is fat, on top of not having enough muscle to begin with. And so their diabetes, insulin resistance, whatever is going on, is even worse. So literally, we're doing them a favor.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you lose muscle and you gain it all back fat, you're in a worse place for sure. I mean, there's no plus side to that. Anyone else? Everybody good? So remember, Tuesday night, we're doing the opportunity presentation for the company. If you happen to know anyone within a couple hours of Indianapolis, send them over. We'd love to talk to them on your behalf. And a week from tomorrow, the 25th, is all of us. It's our team opportunity Zoom, Monday night, the 25th. The invite is in the group. The invite is in College and Picks. It's in Team Unity. It's in 2 or 3 different places. But if you still can't find it, just text me or April and we'll send it to you. But that's it, folks. Have a great day. We appreciate you all. And if you need anything, reach out. Okay. Good night. I'll get this posted in the group too, in case you have teammates that need to see it.
Thanks so much, Bob and April.
Bye,
Awesome call.
guys.
Hi, Fred.
Bob and April.